Well, some news came about, as I reported earlier on, my first exclusive, um, about what Ray Fisher said on the set of Justice League. I got to thinking, and it put me on mind of what Ben Affleck had said when talking about how much fun he had on BVS, and then he looked kind of depressed on when he was talking about Justice League. Now, he had much fun with that. We get so much reaction and fanfare. Gal Gadot, Ben Affleck, basically everyone that is sort of mistreated by Joss Whedon. So what we've got now, right? As I say, I can't say this is truth, but this was sent over to us, and I can't. So I'm going to get this and read it out to you. Right. So it says here, this was sent. I think sounds like it was sent to somebody bigger than me. Okay. And it says, "You seem like a man who would enjoy some behind the scenes information." So this is of course some weird source. And it says, "Reports are true that the actors had difficulty with Joss. Jason went as far as to refuse or to say or acknowledge Joss's line, 'Look at the fins on that guy.' Jeremy Irons walked off to his trailer to rewrite some lines because he thought some of Joss' lines for Alfred was effing stupid. Patty Jenkins liking the story about Zach liking the tweet of Joss being fired was no coincidence. Now that to me sounds right, because he came in, despite of whatever you believe of this, of course Zach would be, because this is a guy, a fellow director that was ushered into and basically destroyed his movie. So despite what you may or may not want to believe in the actions behind the scenes, that to me at least makes sense. During Gal's final ADR session, and I remember we talked about Gal Gadot and was not happy with that scene with Flash landing on top of her. Final scenes, he berated her when she balked, saying some of his newly written lines. "Joss, did you read my obituary today? Because that's the only way you're not saying these lines. Over my body or whatever, I'll take my Patty's movie away," referring to Wonder Woman 2. "Like I took Zack Snyder's, I'll rewrite it and make you look like a fool." And just recently, what was it? What was the other thing? So then I went on and to see if there was any more sort of backing up, and this is from Heroic Hollywood. Justice League's Kevin Smith backs up Ray Fisher's Joss Whedon's comments. Clex director Kevin Smith backs up Ray Fisher's recent comments about Joss Whedon's behaviour on the Justice League set. Justice League star Ray Fisher recently took aim at Joss Whedon for his alleged abusive behaviour when he took over from Zack Snyder on the DC film, also calling out producer John Berg and Jeff Johns for enabling, right? So it wasn't the treatment from them, but they were allowing him to be total control, right? Enabling the director on set. And on the most recent episode of Kevin Smith's Fat Man Beyond podcast, he backs up the star's comments by discussing conversation he had with crew members on the rise of Skywalker, who also worked on both versions of Justice League. During the podcast, director Kevin Smith and writer Mark Bernardin were discussing the situation when Smith opened up about a conversation he had with one of the special effects team from Justice League, who told him that Joss Whedon would actively be negative about Zack Snyder's version of the film. The director points out that he had no first-hand experience of Whedon's comments, but it definitely lines up with Ray Fisher's accusation. Cut down, dismiss, and be negative about Zack's version, which he had seen, and all of the special effects teams these people had made together. Take a look. I think there's a clip in Batman Beyond, maybe Batman or whatever. So what do I think? I think there's, listen, when there's no smoke without fire, and this has been said all along. People with so-called sources have been saying it. I've been saying this. I then came across James Marsden. I looked through the internet and I tried to find everybody that's ever worked with Joss Whedon, and I came across this article where James Marsden, who played Spike in the Buffy series, Joss Whedon wanted to put a rape scene in that film, and James Marsden did not want to do it. He didn't want to do it, and he's never done one ever since. And I think, and I know this has been creative control, you're directing stuff, but when I keep looking back, I can see hints and his ideology about women, and repetitive stuff against it. Yeah, he created Serenity, yeah, he created Buffy, but there is so much. What is it with the women? Yeah, he likes to maybe post himself up as this person who sees women in a strong role, but he also likes to take that sort of control away and to come onto a set and maybe do that. Again, there's no proof, but I do believe, what I do believe in now is the studios really did the nasty on Zack, and I think there was a lot of people responsible for that. And I've just watched the first season of first couple of episodes of Stephen Avery, and if a police station can do that to a man, then so can a studio if it best serves their interest. And HBO Max now, under new leadership, the old gang, they've got to make that apology. So it's not just about releasing the Snyder Cut to please fans. It's not just upsetting it. It's their apology. It's their huge apology, and that is why you've got Ben Affleck that's been supporting. That's why when you look at the interviews of Justice League, and I've seen pictures, check out Film Cup, he's done a video recently. I'll try and put a link in the bottom. Check that out. And but on a lighter note, there has been Grace Randolph has basically come out and said that I've just heard from a source, and it seems that the Zatanna movie rumour is correct. It has been an active development again, along with HBO Max, Justice League Dark, which is further along in development. But is it a cartoon or a show? I'm not too sure. Maybe you guys and girls out there can enlighten me. And spoiler alert, but I have just seen Cheetah Image. I think it was in a toy brand or something. And so if you don't want to see it, I'm about to show it just now on this. Okay. So I don't know if you see that well, but I think she looks totally amazing. So let me know your thoughts and ideas about the whole fiasco. I think the actors should come out and support Ray Winston. I think people like the Snyder movement has proven that people have a voice, and we've already joked about how bad Hollywood and the Oscars and everything else is, and I think it is possible for the people and the actors to take control, take control over these manipulative huge businesses that feel that they have the rights to destroy people's and artists and careers and everything else, and feel, I mean, it's been going on for Hollywood since Wizard of Oz, and the treatment of Judy Garland and their actors and Laurel and Hardy, they gave them pennies and everything else. And so when you look back, the film industry has always been corrupted, but now, thanks to you guys and girls out there, we're making changes, and the actors and the actresses are coming forward and saying thank you, and we're giving power to Ray, okay, to Ray Fisher. We're giving him power, and we'll back him up. All the people that like Joss Whedon, that have got the blinkers on, just ignore. Okay, I can't see, listening to Ray Fisher on the podcast, he seems like a good, genuine, nice guy, and I can't see him saying that for nothing, especially when he came out with the t-shirt, "I love Zack Snyder." It showed that he loved the guy, and everyone who worked with him cared for Zack Snyder. So, I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.